Hey loves, long time no see, right? So I haven't really had these types of videos with you guys to where I sat down and just had the conversation of what's been on my mind lately. And the things that have kind of been keeping me up at night are intentions and manifestations. In this video, I'm not covering manifestations that much. In regards to manifestations, I was personally told by my best friend, aka my cousin Kyla, who you all have seen. She told me that manifestations are best manifested in the springtime, where things are becoming anew, things are blooming, things are blossoming, yada yada, you get the spiel. Typically what we end up doing is we manifest in the wrong season, and then we don't notice any type of progression as to our manifestations that we want to happen, and then we wonder why isn't this happening, why isn't this working. You got to realize you did it in the wrong season. I agree with her on that. It makes sense to me. I'm holding her to that because she's very knowledgeable and she knows what she is talking about 9 times out of 10. So I'm definitely going to be trying to manifest in the springtime. This video in particular is about me setting clear expectations, aka intentions, for myself for the 2023 season, year, whatever you want to call it. It's me holding myself accountable to these things that I call intentions. So just to start off, the difference technically between manifestations and intentions is actually like a small differentiation, but a lot of people do get those two things confused. So just so you know, manifestations are usually goals that don't have a specific deadline, something that you want to maybe achieve like over a long period of time, a short period of time, but it's pretty much just putting things in the air and hoping that they happen. There is some work that has to be done toward it, but you're not really holding yourself accountable like, oh, like this is what I need to do. No, manifestations are like, you know, one day I want to buy a house. Like, it's not you saying like, I need a house right now, and in order to do that, this is what I need to do. That's technically like the difference between a manifestation and an intention. Intentions, like how I just discussed, are actually things that you need to do, and you're holding yourself accountable to a deadline. Like, you're pretty much saying like, I need to do this, and I need to do this by this time. This right here, this video is just me setting those clear intentions for myself of 2023 and holding myself accountable, because I can look back on this video like, girl, hello, we got a deadline. Intentions are a definite plan of action, is in short of what I'm trying to say. I hope this video helps you to be clear in your intentions for yourself during the 2023 season, or if you even want to go as far as 2024. I feel like intentions are places where we need to start on our path to greatness and success. So if we have a game plan and we have a thorough game plan and, you know, express what it is that we want to achieve with ourselves or certain things that occur into our lives, then this is where it starts. Hope that this helps you kind of get into the mindset of like, we need to get this done now. And then maybe this video will even give you some ideas of what you should add to your list of intentions, because these are intentions for me. These aren't specifically for you guys. It's not to offend anyone. Like how I said, like, this is speaking for myself. With that being said, I'm going to get right into it. The very first thing is finances. Listen, God is still working on me. I am not very good with finances. You guys see me consistently on my channel buying things. You see me doing hauls. You see me like just shopping all of the time. I will say that right now I have actually like been a lot better with my spending. I've also been a lot better with my saving. That is the main part in which I do want to focus on, is my saving. And something that I found that's actually been helping me out recently is called the 50-30-20 rule. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this rule before, but it states that 50% of your income should be going to your needs, 30% should be going to your wants, and then 20% of it should be going towards your savings. So it's really actually been helping. I don't know if it's just like a mental game of some sort, but it's really working. I definitely encourage you guys to like check that out. I have like a reference video below of where I kind of learned this from, and I think like you guys will benefit from watching it as well. And make sure you subscribe if you like their content. That part leads me into this topic, is that make a game out of it. So like they had this thing, it was like this trend going around on TikTok where you can do like 5,000 in so many days or something like that, and you buy these little envelopes and you like stash away per number. So like say if the envelope says 1, you're gonna put $1 in there. If it says $2, $2, 3, you know, so on and so forth. But the only thing about that is that you have to hold yourself accountable and make sure that you actually put the money into those envelopes when you get paid. A little bit tricky, but I see, like, for me personally, if it's a game, I want to beat it. You know what I'm saying? In the 2023 season, I will be saving a lot better. And I've already started. So that's always a good start. Just slowly but surely. The next thing being, and this is for me personally, is entering my soft feminine era. Before COVID hit, I was more aware of my appearance. I took care of myself a lot better. I know you guys see me do my skincare routine and yada yada yada, but it's so much more to that. I kind of miss that. Biggest thing being in regards to that is that I've noticed that I am a fixer, and I always think that I can do everything, and I can't. That goes for in my relationship. I am in a heterosexual relationship. So I am interested in men, I am with a man, and I'm just speaking for myself. That's a part of our type of dynamic. Like sometimes he wants to be my superhero, and sometimes he wants to help me and stuff, and sometimes I say no. I won't accept the help, or I think that I can do it all by myself, or just don't even think to ask for help. And I think a part of the reasoning behind that is because like I'm a fixer in my work life, as well as like with my family, and that kind of rubs off into my relationship now. And because I live with this person, like I have to bend a little for them just as much as they have to bend a little for me when it comes down to my needs and my wants and things of that nature. Me being on the softer, more feminine side, asking him for help, like, hey, can you reach this in the cabinet, and hey, can you like lift this up for me, and things like that. Like I think that it'll like make him feel pretty good and stuff. Like he's still like, he's very chivalrous, he's very kind, he's a gentleman, and he opens doors for me. Like there's little things like I don't even have to ask for that. Like those are just the basic necessities, right? Like I feel like if you can't if you have to ask somebody for the basic necessities, then you really shouldn't be with them, to be honest with you. And I don't have to ask him for that stuff. I wake up, he takes the garbage out, yada, yada, yada. The other thing being, moving into my softer feminine era requires me to not swear as much. Swearing, for me, can roll off the tongue like butter. And at the end of the day, it don't taste good. And I've realized that. And my tongue is so sharp. So like if I feel like I'm disrespected, if I feel like somebody disrespected somebody that I love, I'm quick to snap back. And when I tell you I'm quick to snap back, because my thing is that if you go low, I'm gonna go lower. Yeah, that's a bad thing, and I really need to stop that. And that all ties into going into my more feminine era. So don't be surprised if in these next couple of vlogs you slowly start to see me progress into change, and look a little bit different. Because if you even look at my past videos, I had more of a softer feminine touch, and I think I unfortunately allowed life and COVID and all of those things to make me hard. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be softer, more gentler, And I think that ties into my peace as well, but we'll get into that in a little while. This one is key this year. Like I can't fold. So consistency and routine. I need to be on a schedule. I've noticed that since I've been working from home, it's easy for me to just get up, roll out of bed, and go to work. Not cool. Not cool at all. I need to get into the routine of maybe waking up at 5 or 6 o'clock and not an hour before, and taking care of the things that I need to do, or like meal prepping. That's something that I should have been doing. Like, especially like if I've been talking to you guys about losing weight, that's all about prioritization and consistency and routine. YouTube videos. I always complain about how YouTube videos take so long to upload, but that's my fault, because my thing is that if I know that these YouTube videos are going to take so long to upload, I need to prioritize my life and make sure that I'm prepared in advance to upload those videos on time and make sure that they upload on time. Consistency and routine, that's always been a hard thing for me to do, but I am genuinely holding myself accountable. By the end of this year, I will have a strict routine. And yeah, obviously things happen sometimes, like that's fine, but I need to be snapping back into a routine. Like I just realized, like when I was living with my parents when I was younger, and my mom had us on a routine and my dad had us on a routine, it worked out way better than now is what I should say. When you become an adult, you'll realize that sometimes things get lost in the sauce, and you have to relearn the things that you once knew. While this one may be easy for some people, it is not hard for moi, okay? So drinking more water. That is very, very hard for me. Your girl did not used to do it. Like literally when she went to the doctor, she was almost on the verge of dehydration. Do not be like me. Don't do what I do, okay? I was a juice drinker. I drank way too much juice. Never that much alcohol. I was just always a big juice fan. So I know I need to do this to be healthier, and my body is getting older. My body is speaking up more now. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear the cracks, the creaks, everything. And on top of all that, my body lets me know when the water ain't watering, okay? My skin shows it. My stomach hurts, like things hurt out of nowhere. Like water is an essential for us as humans. So let's be sure to be drinking it. And I showed you guys like my water bottle that I had in the vlog. It'll like pop up here, but I love that water bottle. It's keeping me consistent, and it's almost like giving me once again that whole game mindset of, or goal mindset to, let's finish 2 of these in a day, and that's just a little bit over a gallon, because I think all of us should actually be getting at least like a gallon a day. Now don't go chugging it or anything like that, because then you die. That's not good. Just like a water bottle that we can sip occasionally through the day to get us to our goal. So water is a huge factor this year, and that's starting ASAP. Saying no and many other boundaries, and setting boundaries in general. Sometimes I feel like I've grown up, and you know, I love my mother, I do, but like I've been held to a certain expectation to succeed, or like, you know, help or do things of that nature, but I never really received that in return. Not saying from my like immediate family per se, or my boyfriend or anybody like that, but like other people that I've noticed that come in and out of the swinging door of my life. I need to learn to say no, and then be more receptive to who I'm helping. Does this happen all of the time? Like, am I stuck in a never-ending cycle of trying to please this person and never get any type of satisfaction out of it, or recognition out of it, or anything like that? I feel like also like it's just another way to protect your peace. Like I said, we'll get into that in a little bit, but setting boundaries is something that I've realized as an adult is it is huge. It is critical for you to set boundaries. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. I feel like if you tell somebody, for instance, like if you say, hey, you know, I love you, but right now, this is my season of healing. This is my time to where I need to focus on myself. I can't keep tending to what you're saying over here. Maybe eventually I'll get back to you, but right now I need to focus on me. And they get mad at you about that. They not meant to be there, boo. Like, I just feel like if they get mad, then they never respected you in the first place. Those are the people that did not respect you in general. Like, they only loved you and found it convenient for them when you had no boundaries, if that makes sense. So anybody that right there alone will show you like who's there for you and who is not there for you. So it's okay for some people to be taken aback, but I mean those like people that just instantly, like, it's almost like a light switch to where they become a hater. Like, they've been a hater. If they like switching like that, they've been a hater. It's just the lights, it ain't dark no more. Definitely set boundaries. Say no sometimes. You don't gotta say no all the time. I'm just holding myself accountable to making sure that I set more boundaries, and I've definitely had to do that in the past couple of months, and I've shaken a couple of trees. So so yeah, it's gonna be hard. The journey is never easy, but it's going to be for the betterment of you. And then for me personally, I think it's going to be for the betterment of my future children. Like, whenever I decide to have kids, and teach them about how boundaries are healthy and how you need to speak up for yourself, things of that nature. The next one being, simply put, to spend time with friends and family way more. I think that really like speaks for itself. If you follow me on social media, you will have known that I've had a ton of family members pass away over the last couple of years. And it is not just family members, by the way, it's been friends too. And it's taken a huge toll on my mental health, and as well as like many other friends in our circle and family in our circle, I'm more than sure. And there's no words that I can describe how that pain feels, because it's just, it's unbearable. But you have to realize, and not just when you get to this age, like I'm 29, I'll be 30. Like, you have to realize that tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is never promised to us. If it is, that is a complete blessing, but you can't count on it, especially like nowadays. So spending time with your loved ones, your family, your friends, closest co-workers, some people consider their co-workers as family and stuff like that. Like, that's important. And when people sit there and say to me sometimes like it's not really that deep, like I get a little offended by that, because I'm like, yes it is, because you only get one life. And why would you waste it not spending time with the people that you love and that you care about, or, you know, telling these people how you really, really feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, life is way too short. Trust me, I've seen it like firsthand too many times, and I'm sure some of you out there have seen it. Don't wait for the I coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know? So definitely going to be working on spending more time with my family and my friends, and I'm super excited that my nephew is coming soon and I get to spend a lot of time with him, or as much as I can, and spoil him and love on him and everything. This leads me into my next topic, and it's about my relationship. I don't usually talk about my relationship to the public, but I want to work on building a better relationship with the love of my life. So I have been with my boyfriend for a very, very long time. And when you grow up together, essentially, there's a lot of things that you notice, and you go through stages of your relationship. And a lot of the times, this isn't really going to become a relationship talk. This is just me throwing it in the air. But a lot of people have a hard time with the tolerance stage of the relationship. And I'm not talking about like if somebody is physically harming you, if somebody is putting you in a narcissistic situation and stuff like that, leave. I don't care if you in whatever type of relationship, leave. That person is not for you. They are toxic. No, absolutely not. I'm not condoning that. What I'm saying is that little things, like, for example, like when we first moved in with, each other, there were certain habits that Julian had that made me question, like, do I want to deal with this for the rest of my life? But sometimes, like, if you really truly love somebody, you learn to accept those habits. You kind of lose the love in between there, because like what a lot of people don't tell you is that you're not gonna be like in love all the time. Like, you may love this person, but some days you're gonna like them, you're not gonna love them. And that's just me speaking from experience. What I want to do is I want to work on our relationship, and he's also working on it as well. I have been noticing it. Making sure that we stay on schedule with our date nights. That's very important. We usually schedule a couple days out of the week to where it's just me and him. It's no work. We both work consistently, and it's very hard to get that time in with each other. We even set some time aside to where when he comes home, we just conversate. We also go to the gym together. Like, we have found that that's like something that bonds us together as well. Like, we enjoy doing that with each other, and we enjoy going out to eat with each other, like after usually. You have to make that time, and I value him so much, and I respect him so much, and I love him so much that I just want to build a bigger and better and greater relationship with him than we do have now. It definitely helps if you have a partner that is also willing to do that with you. So I love you, Jude, and I appreciate you for putting your time and your effort into me and wanting to work on yourself as well to be better for me. So I'm doing that for you because I love you. So yeah. Okay, cutie over. Okay. I'm going to take a day out of each week to myself and by myself and do something that I love and enjoy. So the day that I've picked and I've already started is actually Sundays. Sundays, I usually call it my Zen time. So I'll either like take myself out to breakfast, or I'll make myself some breakfast, and I'll just spend some time with myself, whether it be with watching one of my favorite Netflix shows, reading my favorite book, eating my favorite breakfast, drinking my favorite coffee or tea, just having like a moment of calm, a moment of peace and relaxation, just to like kind of clear the mind, cleanse the mind. And I thought of Sunday because that's usually the time where like I'm prepping my mind and getting prepared for the work week that's ahead. So I literally thought, like, what better day than Sunday? Like, it just works out perfectly. So that is what I've started doing. I've realized that once I started doing that, like, I look forward to that day, and I almost see it as a reward for working really hard during the week. And it's something that I deserve. I think personally it's something that I deserve. I think everybody deserves at least 1 to 2 days to themselves, to where they can actually rejuvenate or refresh themselves, and just give themselves like a little bit of a pat on the back. That's how I see it. So I have actually started doing that. I definitely encourage you guys to do it. You don't even realize how much peace it's going to bring. That leads me into my next one. I did tell you guys we're going to talk about this. protecting my peace. Me as a person, I don't know about you guys, but like I always feel the need to have to prove myself. Every single time somebody says something remotely wrong about me, wrong about what I'm thinking, have assumptions based off of me just by one little thing and don't know me at all, like I feel the need to have to go on trial and prove myself to these people. And I'm just like, why do you even have to do that? If you know, then why do you have to prove to somebody that you clearly know does not know you? So this year is really about protecting my peace, picking my battles wisely, not overexerting my energy. I feel the need to have to prove myself all the time stems from my childhood and being bullied. So yeah, so I'm definitely working on that this year. I'm literally telling myself like, hey, like you don't have to go to bat for yourself all the time. Like know who you are, stand your ground, be confident in who you are, and protect your peace, protect your energy, and don't use your energy if you don't have to. Just let people be people and let people think what they want to think. Last but not least is organization. Because I'm so cluttered. Like if you literally came here, you would see like I have a notebook here, I have a notebook in like the kitchen, and I have like papers scattered on the table. The fridge, forget about it sometimes because like it's not even organized. Like I want to be able to have organization and structure, not an organized mess, if that makes sense. Like because I feel like I have an organized mess now. Like I know exactly where I can find that notebook in that mess, or where I can find certain important documents in a mess. That also kind of ties into the routine and the consistency, because with routine and consistency comes organization and structure. So I think those two things are going to go, and I think those two bullet points are going to kind of go hand in hand with each other, like if I play my cards right. So organization is always going to lead to success, like especially when it comes down to routine and consistency. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys took a lot from this video, and I hope you guys like maybe even grab some bullet points of mine and applied it to your list. Let me know what your intentions are for 2023. I'm curious to know and start a conversation in my thread below. The links to the videos that I was talking about will be in the description below if you guys do want to check that out. Make sure that you like their videos and subscribe. We supporting people in 2023. We are not scrolling past, and we are not just dismissing the fact that they put all that hard work into that video. No, we are not. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.